What up guys, my name is Oakley and welcome back to my basement. This is my workshop and today we're on our second project for the basement and getting our workshop up and going. We're going to make a simple bench that should be fairly straightforward. I made some blueprints. Right here you can see the list of parts that you need. We have an assortment of 2x4s. Some are 10 feet long, some are 8 feet long, and we got some 2x6s for the top. And then we have some 1x6 car panel board that we're going to use for the bench underneath. So let's see how we do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 10-foot long 2x4s. I'm going to cut them down into 33-inch pieces. We need 6 33-inch long 2x4s. And that's going to give me the inside of my legs. Same idea, now I'm going to take another 10-foot 2x4 and I'm going to first cut it into 6 1.5 long pieces, and then I need to also make 6 9-inch pieces. This is Oakley from the Little Bit in the Future. Full disclosure, I messed up a little bit on my blueprint. The pieces that we cut into 18 inches, we actually need to cut them into 17 inches, back to what you were doing before. Here's the general idea of how these are going to go. So each of these will be a leg. There's going to be 3 legs on each side, and then there will be an 8-foot board down here and up here, and then so this all gets screwed together. These are just a little bit of extra support to kind of help that 2x4 running across them stay in place. This is the general idea for the legs: 17 inches, 9 inches, and the boards underneath of it are 33 inches, if I remember correctly. And eventually, so these will get screwed together. There's going to be a 2x4 running that way. And I think at this point, I might be able to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to screw the 9-inch pieces flush, because the end with the 9-inch piece is going to be the feet. So that's what I'm going to attach together first. And also, the side with the 2 pieces is the outside, not the inside. Alright, so this is my 8-foot 2x4. I'm going to put this leg exactly in the center of it, and then these guys are going to be 1.5 inches in, because we're also going to put a 2x4 going side to side behind here. Alright, so this is going to be the top. So you want to make sure that you find a 2x4 that has a nice top and a nice outside, so that way you're working on something comfortable. Now I just need to make another side. I'm going to do that off camera, but it's going to be the same process. We now have both of our sides done, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut cross pieces. We're going to end up needing 6 cross pieces for the top, so we're going to have 1 on each end, 1 in the middle of each section, and then 2 on either side of this middle post. We're going to need 1 on each end going across in the middle of this part on either side. We're going to go ahead and cut those pieces now, and there's not going to be any cross members for this section down here. We're going to be putting something else there instead. So right now we're going to go ahead and cut a total of 8 pieces that are each 21 inches long. So I have my cross boards here, and I just took them real quick to the sander to kind of clean up these corners because they're kind of frayed a little bit from the miter saw, and I'm hoping that that might give me a better connection here. But basically, first what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, then I'm going to go ahead and put one on the opposite end as well, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put one right here on both ends, and then we're going to fill out the middle, so middle and then the mid sections of each end. And when I do that, I'm going to make sure that these cross members are flush with the top of my runners going all the way down, because we're going to be putting some 2x6s on top of this, and we want to make sure that they're all even all the way across. I'm going to do the middle ones now, and while I do that, I just want to take a second and say thanks for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. And if you have any thoughts on the video, questions, comments, whatever, just leave them in the comment box. And those of you that are already subscribed, thank you very much, I appreciate that. And I hope to continue making videos like this, and all kinds of other things. We do benches, we do shop vacs, stuff like that. I do cosplay, I've fixed, cleaned, polished, restored instruments, all kinds of things. If you're into just making in general, this is a great channel. And so again, if you haven't subscribed, I'd love if you do that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and put this on the side and put some adjustable feet on the bottom of it. You may have a perfectly level floor in your shop or your workspace or whatever, but this basement does not have a perfectly level floor, so I'm going to put some adjustable feet on it just to make it all that more sturdy. Right now, the center legs of this are not touching the floor, and it's already really sturdy as it is. So that's just going to give me a little extra adjustability when I go to move it wherever I end up putting it. So since we're working with two 2x4s screwed into each other, I'm not going to go exactly in the center. I'm just going to pick one up or the other. I think I'm going to go with the inside 2x4 of each leg, and that's where I'm going to put my adjustable screws. Now it's time to go ahead and secure our top to our table, and as you can see, I have 4 2x6s and a 2x4 in the middle. I'll be completely honest, I designed my tabletop bench to be 2 feet wide, and I calculated for 4 2x6s to be 24 inches, and of course 2x4s and 2x6s aren't actually 2x6. I ended up being really short, and I came up with a couple ideas. I could just leave the center open and use that as a gap to run a circular saw if I need to, but I'm going with the idea of having a 2x4 in the center to just kind of fill it out. I found the straightest 2x4 I have, and it's actually one of my 10-footers, and I actually have some extra wood, so I'm going to use it since it's the straightest and the nicest looking one. And I'm going to secure the 2x4 first. I'm going to center it. And then I'm going to add on either ends just using regular screws. Right here where my hand is the end of the table. I'm still debating whether or not I want to actually keep some of this on here or not, just as like an extra edge, but we'll see. So first I'm going to secure it on, and then we'll go from there. I have my top on and my body and frame is all assembled. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the bench space down here. This is just gonna be storage compartment, or at least that's the plan for it right now. And the idea is we're gonna take some 2x2s. You can also take a 2x4 and run it down the middle if you have a table saw that, you know, set up real well for that. But we're gonna go ahead and take those 2x2s and put them on the inside here. Those are just gonna be little shelves for our 1x6 car panelings to sit on top. Alright, so this is the general idea. Is we're going to screw the 2x2s up against our outside 2x4, and this is just going to serve as like a shelf for this, and then we're going to be screwing this down into those 2x2s using some shorter screws or nails or whatnot, and we're going to go ahead and do that all the way along the bottom here. So now we're just going to take a lot of this 1x6 car paneling. I got another sheet right there. We're going to go ahead and cut a bunch to the correct lengths going all the way across this. Okay, so I cut my car paneling down. It ended up being about 21 1/8 inch for almost all of them. And then I took my jigsaw to cut little pieces out the corner here, as well as right here on these corners. And then on the table saw, that last piece, I just cut it short enough so that I could fit right in there, and it's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna take 1¼ inch screws, and I'm just gonna put one on each side of these down into that 2x2 runner that we put in there. So this is 1/2, and this is what it ends up looking like. And I think it turned out pretty well. One of my first boards was a little twisted, but that wasn't a problem. Once I finally went and put these screws in, everything just sat down flat, and it's nice and sturdy. Moving down to this end where I have this opening where I'm going to be putting my power tool stand. I'm not going to go ahead and put the bottom car paneling in yet. I'm going to go ahead and make this stand and then see where I get, because I'm actually not entirely sure I'm going to have enough car paneling to do the entire bottom part of this, which wouldn't be the worst thing because the power tool stand is going to be more than half of this height. If I don't have anything underneath of it, it's not going to be a big deal. This is the end of the bench where I had a bunch of extra boards coming off of the edge. I'm just going to take this straight edge leveler, I'm going to clamp it down, and then I'm going to take my circular saw and run a straight line across here. And then that should be it for the bench. For the construction of this bench, I'm basically done, so I'm going to go ahead and clear this off, clean it up a little bit, and then I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this project. Alright guys, that's it for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have updated blueprints on my Instagram page. They'll just be pictures and you can see the dimensions and whatnot. And I'll have an overall material list below in the description. Thank things that I liked about this project is that you can basically make the entire thing out of 2x4s or 2x6s. This carpet paneling that I use for the bottom shelf. All in all, I think you can get by with spending a little bit around $200 for this whole project. Things that I don't like with using the 2x4s and 2x6s, I really had to hunt to find some good pieces. So if you can find some really nice quality 2x4s and 2x6s to actually do this project, that will save you a lot of time and a lot of pain to make sure that everything is straight and not splintery and you're just getting crappy pine wood. At this moment, other than that, I can't really think of anything else that I don't like about this. I'm sure as I get to using it more, I'll figure the things that I really like and really don't like. Eventually, I'll probably do an update video on a lot of the things that I've done to see how things are going. I do lots of things like this, and I hope that you can learn to do a little bit of everything like I like to do. Please subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions about the build, if you have any suggestions for other builds, let me know. I would love to hear about it. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.